Hi, today I'll be showing you how to install and use John the Ripper. John the Ripper is a password cracking utility that is available for Mac, Windows, and Linux. However, today I will be showing you how to install and use it on Linux, as I believe this is the easiest way to use the tool. So, I'm going to go ahead and log into my virtual machine here. Now this virtual machine is running Ubuntu. However, I would imagine this is pretty similar install and use procedure across most forms of Linux, especially using the terminal window. So, first thing you have to do is you're going to run sudo apt install John. And it's going to ask you for your administrator password again. So you go ahead and give that to it. And as I'm sure any of you with Linux experience know, this is a pretty standard output when you're installing a software. So now John the Ripper is installed on this machine. So now you can benchmark John the Ripper to show what it's capable of doing on the machine that you're running it on. And to do that, we're going to type in /user /sbin /john _test. So this is going to go through and it's going to show you what this program is capable of doing on the machine that it's running. Goes through and it shows you how many combinations per second it can do with many salts and with only one salt. And it shows you this on the different hash algorithms that are out there. We have DES, MD5, Blowfish. These are pretty common things that are used in the real world. So this won't take too long, so I'll just go ahead and let it run through the test. And this is also a good way to make sure that it in fact installed properly. And there's also real and virtual capabilities. So of course real is just only using the intended hardware as it is meant to do, and then virtual is borrowing other hardware resources throughout the computer and using them for John the Ripper so it can work a little bit better. Okay, so that's gone through and everything is said done, no errors have come back, and it shows us the hashing algorithm. So now I'm going to show you how to actually use this for passwords. So you see here I have this password.txt file, and in this password.txt file we have my user, which is the username, the colon, and then I've gone ahead and created an MD5 hash of the password, all lowercase with no spaces in between the letters, just the word password. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start up John the Ripper and we're going to have it work on this username and a password hash like it would see in the real world. And to do that, we're going to go back through /user /sbin /john, and now instead of starting up the program with the --test as I did to benchmark the system, we're going to go through and just pass in that password.txt file, which must be located in your home directory, by the way, in order to do it with just passing it in as a single argument. So we'll go ahead and pass that in as the argument for John the Ripper. So now it comes up, has loaded 2 password hashes with no different salts. It shows you, which of course is because I did not salt this password before I put it in there. So now it looks like it got hung up, as I'm sure most of you have had experience with Linux. Sometimes you run a program or a command and Linux just hangs up. However, password cracking is a very CPU intensive process, and depending on the length of your password and if there's numbers, if there's capitals in it or what have you, it can take John the Ripper a very long time to crack a password. In fact, I ran John the Ripper on this password before this video and I let it run for 45 minutes and it still wasn't able to crack the password. So I will not be able to show you it finishing the password today. However, I can show you. It says press Q or Control C to abort the process, and almost any other key for status. So I just press the L key, and it comes up, and it states here in the status bar that it has 0 guesses, of course, because it hasn't cracked the password yet, and it has been running for 1 minute. It's made 0 guesses per second because, like I said earlier, it hasn't cracked the password yet. And then it goes through and says that it has tried 15,418 passwords per second, and then goes through and tells you how many combinations per second it's able to do. And then after that, it says about the character range that the program is in right now for trying to crack this password. So as I said earlier, I will not be able to show you actually cracking the password, as it just takes too long for what I have time to do here. So with that, I will leave you, and I hope this video has taught you how to use the program, how to install it, and hopefully you learned something new. Thanks.